How long will you be gone?
I don't know.
Ballpark it.
Maybe a year.
A year? Honey, I can't live without you for a year.
But does he get to be part of the
I
Dutton
don't
family?
want Rip. No, he's not part of the clan.
He's not taking her last name?
Doubt.
Could you imagine?
Dutton?
Rip Dutton.
Rip Dutton.
If you get a chance to get the last name Dutton.
Not a
You
chance.
probably, like, economically, you take that.
It feels so good to be back in the bunkhouse. It's just so good to see you.
I feel like we pick up right where we left off every time the three of us are together. And that started back in season 1 when we all met. We bonded.
Hey, I don't miss being low man.
I'm excited to be able to spend this time with you guys reflecting and recapping.
Where do we leave off, Jeff?
On the most recent episodes of Yellowstone, we were kind of scattered to the wind. The Duttons are facing more threats than ever, and they're more spread out than ever. Rip, Ryan, Walker, Jake, Teeter are packing up and driving all of the Yellowstone's cattle down to the 4-6s to go to a safer pasture, a sort of further away pasture in order to recover because the cattle get sick with brucellosis.
It's not cold in Texas, is it?
You think it's cold, her? You're gonna freeze the fuzz off them little paches down there.
One of the themes that I remember you pointing out that I thought was brilliant was that when you start stretching the security that you have, you inevitably develop holes. And your prophecy was, we're going to be weak and we're going to be vulnerable. It can't sustain, and so those holes are going to make us, get hurt.
You're not fortified.
Yeah, the
Exactly.
ranch, it feels like the ranch has been the Dutton family bastion of security and safety. It's their fortress. And now, for the first time in generations, their forces are outside the castle walls, spread all over the place.
Now, your major enforcer in Rip is now gonna be on the road, like en route. Like, he's not gonna be there.
You leave now, or you'll never leave.
We've also, for ourselves, been wondering, like, what is gonna happen?
And there's also exciting new threats await these characters down in Texas.
fuck is that?
You love that ranch.
It's the only thing I've ever loved.
Sarah is so seductive that she's got Jamie in a sort of hypnotic trance about what he has to do in order to save the ranch. So she's using his biggest strength, which is his loyalty to this, against him, and telling him that he has to betray his father.
Who told you I was with her?
You're with her.
Beth, through her vindictiveness, has taken away every other outlet that he has. Jamie was like building this life separate from the ranch in some ways with his biological father.
I'm not buying this for the Yellowstone. I'm buying this for me.
Beth took that away from him.
And she even said she was going to take your child, remember?
Yeah.
What did you name him?
He's named after me.
Sarah Atwood comes in and offers Jamie love. It feels like Sarah's pointing Jamie at John Dutton like a gun. So at the end, we leave off with Jamie and Sarah committing to killing John Dutton.
That's what I was thinking too.
And then we go from that kind of bombshell, then we go to like Beth and finding out about the train station.
Maybe you should take him to the train station.
The what?
For Beth, the notion to think like her husband is a part of this train station deal.
Train station's where I'd live.
Her father's a part of this train station deal. How do you think that changes her view on Rip, or how does it change her view on her dad?
I think, to answer that question, she has been party to a lot of brutal conduct.
Right.
But she's never murdered anyone.
Right.
And as far as I recall,
With her own hands, I guess.
She herself
her
is not a
specialty
killer.
is putting people in situations, the only solution to which is death.
But she is not the type of killer that they are. And then when she sees that, I can't help but believe that she has to be introspective and think, this is what I come from. This maybe is what I am. Can I go this much farther? Is that who I am? And if so, maybe that's an attractive way to solve my problems right now. So I think that is a profound moment when you realize your whole world is this.
Ow! Son of a bitch!
Feels like both sides have agreed
Right.
that the terms of the conflict are lethal.
Right.
And that they both are like, there's nothing off the table.
Jamie has decided that he doesn't want to be a part of the family. He's done things against the family. We're all in it together over here. What is the value of keeping him around if he's not contributing anything to our family, and ultimately he's trying to be a part of our downfall?
I think she'll try to have me killed.
We got it handled here, brother.
I know you do. You need anything, you let me know.
You too.
I think as we start 5B, given where everybody is and the distances, that shows that there's going to be some changes. So people are probably wondering what is going to happen to this unity that we've had. We're already seeing it sort of dissolve outward. What's going to happen to the ranch?
What does the ranch look like? Is there an opportunity to bring all this back together? I don't know. I don't see what that looks like.
It really feels like, as we've seen in 1883, as we've seen in 1923, the Dutton family's legacy is this land, and both the land and their legacy are under threat. So the question is, what's going to happen to their legacy? What's going to happen to the land?
Of all of the things that we've gone through all of our seasons, I feel like this is the most precarious time. And I am uncertain as to how this will all play out. I'm sure the audience is as well when they see how we begin and pick up this saga from this point on.
Truth prevails.
Truth won't win this one.
What I'm holding here are the most burning questions on social media from the fans. This is a segment that I like to call Fans' Most Burning Questions. If you could have one of the Dutton clan be a permanent member of the bunkhouse, who would you choose?
Tate.
I'll clean up the stalls or sweep out the barn.
Undervalued Dutton.
I would say Casey.
I'm believing that shit.
He's one of my good buddies. We were cops together.
Jesus, what the fuck are we doing?
We're not doing anything. Stay here.
Doesn't
He's
say a
also
lot.
one of my good buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're traveling together, so yeah. I flew in with him. We've already had Wes.
Yeah, Jamie
terrible
was in the
when
bunkhouse.
you're drunk.
Jamie was in the bunkhouse.
Jamie wasn't great in the bunkhouse. Yeah, I probably would go with Casey.
All right, next one. Burning questions. Who's doing laundry for the bunkhouse boys? We've never established this.
Ethan Lee. I think he's like the cleanest, neatest, most meticulous.
He does have very good style and cleanliness.
Would you rather fight a bear-sized duck or a dozen duck-sized bears?
Hey, get back before that thing eats somebody.
I get this question a lot with different kinds of animals, very popular.
Right,
And
because
if you
you're constantly fighting animals.
When you think about it, you're like, you really need to figure this out.
So this is like requires you to go into a deep think?
I did, and I would rather take a dozen duck-sized bears than a bear-sized duck. That would just smash you to
Yeah,
death.
bear-sized duck, you're dead. Like
Oh
that.
yeah, no, it would totally get you. But you could like, pew, pew, pew,
You're
like
above
at
them,
least
like
half a dozen of them before
100%,
things get
yeah.
weird.
You're punting those fucking things.
Think about it.
I don't want to
900-pound duck?
I feel parts of my brain disintegrating, trying to figure out how this would work.
Parts of your brain are gonna disintegrate if you get in a tussle with a bear-sized duck.
This
dude.
is true. Touche. So then I'll take the duck-sized bear.
Yeah.
Or dozen ducks
Yeah,
that look
yeah.
like bears.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many duck-sized bears would it take to tip the balance there? I think once you get over 20, you're in trouble.
Well, yeah, it's like a pack of hyenas. They're gonna win. They're just
But they can't do
They
anything.
can
They have
climb.
no teeth.
They can climb. Duck-sized
Bears?
bears.
They're
Oh,
like,
they're duck-sized bears.
Yeah, they're
but
like
they're like that
dogs.
big.
You're stomping and
kinda
kicking,
cute,
but
man.
once
Give 'em
they're
a
gonna
treat.
latch on, bro.
You give them a treat.
Oh, sweet. You're gonna make friends with
Yeah,
them.
yeah. Colby's Adoption Center for bears.
Oh,
they're like puppies.
Yeah, they'll lick you. They'll just imagine just sitting there like licking you with their little tongue, like a sandpaper
little
tongue.
cub.
Look who started out really uninterested in this question,
Yeah,
and now he's
but
talking
like
about
it's
getting
cute.
licked by the sandpaper tongue of a duck-sized bear.
100%. True. Okay, who's your favorite character as a viewer of the show?
Casey.
Beth, I think she's just the most interesting.
I'm sitting right here.
That's what. No, I had said.
My bad.
I had said Jimmy. That's what I said.
Yeah,
but I had to
exactly,
wait
yeah.
for it to get to this
We
side.
should do a vote trading situation. My favorite character is Colby. Now you do it for me.
True. Casey is definitely my favorite character.
This is a question for me. Does Jefferson's butt make a comeback this season? Jefferson's butt makes a comeback every damn day.
It's
You don't need a comeback if you never left.
It's funny though, like who's like sitting around thinking like, oh gosh, the burning question I want to ask is his butt.
Yeah, this is my beautiful wife.
It's not
my
like
beautiful wife asked this question.
Right, she was definitely paid for
Because she
this.
doesn't get a peek at the booty unless it's on TV.
Who's the funniest person in the bunkhouse?
Jake Ream is pretty
Jake Ream
funny.
is an all-star.
He's sneaky funny.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go in there for 10 or 15 minutes if I was you boys.
You're even walking different.
I feel different.
Has anyone heard from Cowboy, the ranch hand who briefly lived in the bunkhouse in season 2?
Your name's Cowboy? Shit, we all cowboys.
The hell you are.
Yeah, that was Steven.
Steven.
Yeah, Steven Williams.
Yeah, Steven Williams.
Yeah.
You can see him on any TV show in the world. That is the hardest working man in
Probably,
America.
he's on a lot of things. We definitely hear from Steven. He's still working very, very hard.
He's just like his character. He's like, just passing through.
100%.
Take care of my
That's
business.
what he does with every show.
And then leaves.
We all aspire to be someone like Steven
Oh my
Williams.
God, that is a
100%.
legendary career. We should be so lucky.
You know, except for the pair I'm wearing, she's got the only set of balls in this bunkhouse.
Ian,
Yes.
you used a lasso on Lainey Wilson in season 5. Have you ever used that move in real life?
No. Yes, of course I've thrown it around people. I've never done it.
I think we're
Like
trying to get more specific.
I think
we're
that
trying to-
answers your
I think we-
question
yeah,
right
I think
there.
we're
So I
trying
used
hone
to
in.
go to a place called Cowboy Boogie, which is a line dancing place in Orange County. And we used to rope girls in the parking lot by their feet. And you would just ask them to run and you would just like lay it. You wouldn't like pull them, but they would walk into the heel trap. And that was a fun thing to do. You wouldn't throw it over their head because it, it can hit their face and it can be a pain in the butt, knock their hat off.
That was pretty slick.
So for that scene, I had to have a huge loop so when it laid over, it didn't hit her hat or her hair or her face or anything. Ropes are kind of, they're abrasive. Yeah. So we practiced that for quite a while. I think we roped the cardboard cutout 2 years ago.
Venom. Oh, Rip! I'm so sorry, Rip!
How do you keep a straight face in those I need to laugh but can't move moments, especially in season 3 when Teeter was hitting on Colby?
You want back rub?
Don't, thanks.
You want to give man?
No, I don't.
We have a lot of latitude. Like, if something funny happens in the scene, we can laugh because it's real.
The solution to stop laughing is to have your boss tell you to stop laughing.
Do you know how to shut the fuck up?
And that's what we call burning questions. We hope that we burn them just like we will burn these cards after we go to our commercial break.